Hi, I'm Elmer. Welcome to Wave Outdoors. Today we're going to be reviewing the Barnett Demun Accustrike Pro Pistol Crossbow. This is a pistol crossbow that lists for $149.99 on their website, and of course it's out of stock at Barnett. We thank them for getting us a couple of these to get our hands on and actually test. Some of my favorite features of this crossbow is, number one, its compact size. It's really kind of only about maybe 20 inches long. Has a nice AR pistol brace. Comes with a, I don't have it installed on mine just yet, but comes with a retractable sling, MOA red and green daylight sight, and of course this nice little front foregrip to be able to hold it up, to be able to utilize this here as much more as a traditional crossbow. You can also use it one-handed. Some of the things I do not like about this is the way it goes together. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a archery instructor. I've put crossbows together myself, tuned them and sighted them in, and of course you have to lubricate this here so you don't wind up damaging the bow itself going into the pistol brace. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be very easily damaged. Sometimes you actually have to wiggle it in there to make it fit, make it work. Some of the other things, I love the color of it and the fact that it is kind of accurate. We have taken some test shots here, as you can see on the back of it, and our target here, and we have had groupings about 3 to 4 inches at 5 yards. So the minimum yardage is basically, it's pretty much accurate at 5 yards. As long as you're accurate and set your tuning, I would say take it to an archer range and tune it at about 10 yards. This thing does not have a maximum range. It's a full scale crossbow. The 7-inch bolts, it's smaller. It's going to be at a range of accuracy of about 5 to 15 yards maximum. The nice thing is this, is if you're into small game hunting, you're into wanting to do target practice, and you may not have the space for a full-fledged crossbow, this is a great option. This is also a great option to get started in archery, as far as wanting to practice with something that you're not going to worry about getting, becoming a big thing laying around your house. If you don't like it, it kind of can sit on a shelf if you want to. So some of the things I want to go over is how this cocks. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure it is in the red mode, which is for the fire. You push this button here, grab it here at the foregrip, and the stage, so you cock it to the first stage. At this point, you bring the handle back, lock it in, make sure it locks in, then you grab it, and you can see the second fingers grab this and pull it in and lock it. Now the crossbow is actually loaded. It's in the safe position. It actually turned green on the indicator so that you could actually load it. Loading the crossbows in, the bolts have 2 dots on top, so the fletching that is 90 degrees opposite of it, and I'll kind of go into it in a minute with the video. You want to put the dots to the top part of the flight track and the bottom fletching into the bottom of the track. So some you want to do where you want to load it. So let's go take a look at that and see how that actually loads. Okay, as you can see, I got the crossbow here in my hand, cocked and ready to be loaded. As you can see, I have one of these arrows here. Basically, if you're looking at the top of the arrow, you see the 2 dots there. We'll get the camera to come into focus. The 2 dots there, you want to take the fletch that is opposite, and as you can see, the fletch that straddles those dots, you want to take and make sure these dots are straight up and putting them in the flight track as such. Once you get them in the flight track, you want to carefully push it back. As you can see, there is a dry fire safety right there that has to be pushed back, and you want to make sure the flat of the nock is against the string right here. So that's how you actually load it. There were some issues, they don't actually show that, but it was something that I figured out from being an archery instructor, that one of the fletches is always a different color or maybe has a different marking on it. So with that, let's get the camera set up and do some actual test shots of this here and see how this actually operates. Okay, so now that we got our test shots out of the way, basically at 5 yards, it's pretty much, as you can see, dead center here of the target is where my hands are. We had a little bit of a error. That was mine as far as moving it to the right, but out of 3 shots, 2 of them made them dead center target on a 5-inch center here at 5 yards. This here crossbow, like I said, is a range of 5 yards to 15 yards. I wouldn't recommend shooting it up past that. And of course, if you can get your hands on one, we highly recommend it. They are well worth the money. They are fun to shoot, and as you can see, they are pretty accurate. They're going to be releasing broadheads for small game hunting later on next year, so look forward to that. And as always, stay healthy, stay blessed. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and with that, see you the next time.